Hello all. Have you ever wondered why is our brain wrinkled? Today we will tell you the answer to this question. So welcome to yet another episode of Why on Earth, where we tell you the science-backed reasons for anything and everything in this world. In this video, we tell you some amazing facts about the human brain, the interesting origin of the name for brain, speed check on the brain functions, the one reason why the brain is wrinkled, about the brains in other species, does the wrinkles in brain means that you're smart, and a lot more. So stay tuned. When talking about the brain, what better way to start than mentioning Albert Einstein, one of the century's greatest minds and a super genius, who revealed to us the theory of relativity. Albert Einstein's brain traveled around the United States for 40 years after the scientist's death. The Motor Museum, located in Pennsylvania, United States, is one of the only two places in the world now where you can see pieces of Albert Einstein's brain. Brain sections, 20 microns thick and stained with crescent violet, are preserved in glass slides on display of this great genius. Made of soft tissue, the brain includes the outer gray matter and the inner white matter, containing the nerve cells, non-neuronal cells, and small blood vessels. They have a high water content and nearly 60% fat as well. Do you know how the brain got its name? There is an interesting history behind it. In the past, there was a time when people had no idea what the function and importance of the brain was. They just saw a soft, wet, pulpy mass and called it accordingly. The term brain is derived from the German word Brei, which means a mush, paste, or porridge. Our brain controls and coordinates all our actions and reactions, helps to move around, breathe, allows us to think and feel, and enables us to have memories and feelings. All in all, the brain is what makes us human. Although it weighs about 3 pounds, it is a highly complex organ of our body. You may ask, what's so complex about brain? There are around 86 billion neurons in the human brain, all of which are in use. These neurons release brain chemicals known as the neurotransmitters, which generate these electrical signals in neighboring neurons. The electrical signals move like a wave at lightning speed to thousands of neurons, which leads to thought formation. No wonder the average reaction time for humans is 0.25 seconds to a visual stimulus, 0.17 seconds for an audio stimulus, and 0.15 seconds for a touch stimulus. The brain is situated inside the bony covering called the cranium. This bony covering protects the brain from injuries. The cranium, along with the bones of the face, form the skull. So where does all the thinking process happen in the brain? It all happens in the cerebrum, which is the outer and the largest part of the brain. It controls the voluntary muscles of your body, the ones that move when you want them to through neural processes. So whether it be to talk or to kick a soccer ball, you need the cerebrum. So why on earth is our brain so wrinkled? Did you know that mice and rats have smooth brains unlike ours? The wrinkled brain is limited to those species with large brains, such as whales, dolphins, dogs, ferrets, and primates. The folding in of the brain on itself actually helps the surface area of the cerebral cortex to increase within a confined space such as a skull, which in turn means more brain cells and neural networks. These folds create the ridges and grooves on the brain, which separate regions of the brain and increase cognitive ability. These wrinkles are actually created by the rapid growth of the cerebral cortex. It's just that the pace at which the inner white matter grows is lower than the growth of outer gray matter, thus giving that shriveled look. So when the brain grows, pressure increases on the outer surface of the brain or the gray matter, which leads to the folding of the tissue. But the most important part is yet to come. In all of the human species, the brain folds in a specific pattern, demonstrating certain consistencies. Does wrinkles in the brain correlate to intelligence? Well, it definitely does mean more neural connections and cognitive abilities, but then elephants have larger and more wrinkled brains than us, yet we are at the evolutionary peak. Perhaps the function of our cerebral cortex is much more advanced, and some aspects still unknown and needs to be researched on. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. So what was the most surprising fact about the brain that you have ever come across? Do let us know by leaving a comment below right now.